Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's another Monday, but it's not a Mythic Monday. No more Mythic Mondays for the rest of the year. All this week, we're going to be taking a look at my top fives of 2024 for some of our favorite lines out there, and then my top five wants for 2025. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by, and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector.
And if you like my content, please consider subscribing.
Okay, like I said in the intro, we're going to be going over my top 5 G.I. Joe Classified series for 2024, and I don't want to waste your time. I know you guys are excited. I'm excited. I'm ready to jump in, so let's head over to the review space and take a look at my top 5 Joes of 2024. We're just going to jump into it, and my number 5 G.I. Joe Classified series figure of the year is going to be Road Pig and Raucus. This set is incredible. This figure is insane, and I absolutely love it. I love that we're getting like different body types, which we've been getting for a while, but this is just insane that they would make him go this big and just go all out for this guy. It really makes me hope that maybe one day we can get the Fridge, or we can get Gridiron, or, you know, I just think that there's some reuse here that could be used down the road to give us some other figures. But I love this guy, from the accessories to Raucus. I mean, 2024 has been a good year for dogs, and 2025 looks like it's going to be as well. I love the head sculpts and the paint apps and just his big bulk. Just everything about this guy is perfection, and I absolutely love him. And I thought he'd be higher on the list, but I just have a few other favorites that just barely edged him out, but he had to be in my top 5. Number 4 on my list is the Twilight Guard. Now, I know that this is a lot of just pure reuse, and I know that this is an updated version of an old, very obscure, like deep cut character that even I didn't know about when I first saw this pack. At first I thought, well, this is like a cash grab and they're just throwing some parts in there, and I don't know anything about this guy, and I really wanted the Steel Core guy because I didn't have one. I didn't have the 2-pack at the time, but I don't know. There was just something about this figure when I got it in hand. I absolutely just fell in love. I don't know if it's the mix of parts that they used or the color scheme with the black and the purple and this like reddish orange, which really shouldn't work and shouldn't go together, but somehow it does. And you've got like the soft goods and the super glossy helmet. I don't know. There's just something about this completely sort of like all reuse figure that I just love. I absolutely want to definitely get another one of these guys, but right now, just this guy alone is fetching about $50 on eBay, and I could just get a whole other set for that and just have another Steel Core, which I may end up doing after the new year, but there's no doubt about it. This guy had to be on my top 5 figures of the year list just because he came out of nowhere and completely surprised me. Next up, we have one of my all-time favorite characters, and that is Doc. I was so happy to see this guy when he was announced, and how they updated him and how they kitted him out, and he has the modular armor. I absolutely love it. He came out absolutely perfect, better than I could have ever imagined. I guess really my only gripe is that, I would have been okay if they had, sculpted the glasses on the figure as opposed to making them removable. I know why they made them removable. I know it's all about customizing and, making it your own, and I get that. And, kudos for them for doing that. But I love it. I love his colors. The color palette is just exquisite. It's so beautiful. I love the tan and the dark green, the olive color, and then like the bright pops of orange throughout. I love Doc. He's one of my favorites, and they did him justice. That's why he's so high up on my list at number 3. My number 2 is definitely Storm Shadow version 2, or as I have referred to him since I was a kid, good guy Storm Shadow. I have always loved this version of Storm Shadow better than the standard version. I love the standard version. The evil Cobra version is amazing, but this has always been my favorite for whatever reason. I don't know if it's the Tetris style camo that he's wearing, or it's just the hood up. I don't know. It's how they were able to take an already perfect character design and make it even better. Kind of like when you've got the red and blue suit Spider-Man and then you put him in the black and white symbiote suit. They've made something that was already perfect even better. That's how I feel about this figure. He was already great and they made him even better. And I love this new design and this interpretation. Yes, I do plan, like most people, cutting off some of that extra bit around his waist. I don't need all of that. But just as he is, this guy is fantastic. He comes with everything he needs to come with and he looks good. And that's why he's so high up on my list at number 2. Now, my number 1 is probably going to come to some of you as a shock, but it's my list. It's my top 5 G.I. Joe classified series for 2024. And this character is my all-time favorite Joe. He is my personal favorite when I was a kid, and he is still my favorite today just because of everything he comes with, his design, and just pretty much everything about him. If you know me, you already know where this is going, and that's going to be Alpine. Now, Alpine is not the best G.I. Joe classified series figure that they made this year, but he is my favorite. He is tops in my book because he's my favorite character, and they finally made him. And I love all of the real-world adjustments and things that they give him, like the powder pouch, like the chalk pouch on the back. I dig it. I love everything about this guy. I love like the updated look. I love that the hat's removable. Would I have liked a version of the head where the hat was sculpted on to make it fit a little bit better? Of course. But yeah, Alpine is just tops in my book. So much so that I made a custom Alpine, like, I don't know, maybe 2 years ago whenever Gridiron Studios made their Mountain Ear Pack. I had to make one. But yeah, definitely. He's Alpine. He's my favorite. Next to, and second favorite is Outback. So now I get to put these two out there in the world together and they can go on missions. I'm so happy to actually have an official Alpine in the line, and that's why he's my number 1. So what are we looking forward to in 2025? Well, let's talk about it. All right. I hope one of your favorites out there, I hope some of your favorites made my top 5 list. Like I said, these are not, what I consider to be the best ones that were made. They're just my favorite. They're my top 5. The ones that I've been looking forward to the most and that were finally added to the line. So what about looking forward? What are we looking forward to in 2025? Well, I've got 5 figures that I want to talk about that I really hope that are coming down the line at some point. I know they are. They're staples. These are main guys that we need in the lineup, and these are just the 5 that haven't been. I don't know if they've been announced. I don't think so, but they're the ones I'm looking forward to the most, and that I really need them to make. So we're going to kick off my list at number 5, and that's going to be Wetsuit. I love underwater divers. I love these guys. They're awesome, but I just love his color scheme. I love the tealish kind of aquamarine, bluish green color with that bright yellow. He just looks really good. It's always been one of my favorites. I love the little machine that he comes with. I could even see them maybe doing this as a deluxe set with like a lot of extra gear, maybe with some gear that came with the 60th anniversary, like scuba diver. But definitely number 5 on my list, Wetsuit. Number 4 on my list is going to be Battle Armor Cobra Commander. We've got a lot of Cobra Commanders this year, with the one in the HISS tank, with the retro carded one, with the Once a Man, Cobra Commander Snake version. But I kind of feel like we need one more. I mean, I understand they're not going to give us the hooded version. That's okay. But we do need this one. We need one more Cobra Commander. And I think, 2025, separated out from the retro version and the Once a Man Cobra Commander would be a good year to put him in there. Do I need the armor removable or maybe the helmet removable? Yeah, I think there's a lot that they could do with this character, but I definitely want to see Battle Armor Cobra Commander in 2025. Number 3 on my list is somebody that I need to go on missions with Alpine, and that is his buddy Hit and Run. I have that Mandela effect of, growing up, I could have sworn that this duffel bag with the grappling hook, gimmick with the, rolling up the grappling hook was actually part of Alpine's kit. And maybe that's because I took this from Hit and Run and put him in with Alpine. Maybe that's why in my mind, he always came with that. But yeah, I love the fact that this guy is camoed head to toe. I love the face paint, the bright red pop on his goggles, I think is awesome. absolutely high up on my list. Number 3, Hit and Run. Number 2 on my list is Airtight. I absolutely love this guy. The bright yellow, the green, that helmet. This guy is insane. Like, he just looks great. I can't believe they haven't made him already. It seems like he's a character they would have thrown in here really early on, but we haven't gotten him yet, and I can't wait. I love the backpack, the hoses, the little air thing. I could see them maybe doing this as a deluxe figure. It is very possible they could do that. Give him the tripwire treatment. I'm not sure, but absolutely. I need this guy. Number 2 on my list, really high up. I need Airtight in 2025. And finally, my number 1 is Lifeline. Much like I love Doc, I love my medics. I love the field helpers, the ones that go out there and help rescue the people, the EMTs, the first responders. I love these guys. And he comes with so much stuff. The bright red, the goggles. I mean, he even shares like Doc's like green lens goggles for some reason. I love everything that comes with him, man. Could they make him a deluxe? Possibly, but they didn't make Doc a deluxe, so I don't think so. I think this could just be like a regular mainline single release, but I love that carrying case that he got. You know, it has Rescue on the back. I love Rescue down the front of the pants, all of those things. I cannot wait to see how Lenny and the team interpret this guy for 2025, and let's fingers crossed, let's hope he's coming in 2025. Can't wait. Number 1 on my list. So, did any of your favorites make my top 5 from 24? Do any of your favorites make my wants for 25? Let me know in the comments down below who your top 5 G.I. Joes were for 24 and your top 5 wants for 2025. I can't wait to read them and see if there's anybody out there that I'm like, oh, I totally missed that. And yes, there are some that I know that I missed. Like, I would love to have like Mainframe. He's one that just barely made it out of the list. If I did a top 10, Mainframe for sure would have been on there. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. We're going to do one of these again tomorrow and every day this week, covering some of our favorite lines. So thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles. Happy holidays to everybody out there.